Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. We're going to
Well,
be your couch with Will, who's back in a second.
yep.
And yeah, we're going to be talking about Matt's Donkey Kong Bongos Celeste farewell run.
Yeah,
So you ran Celeste yesterday, didn't you?
correct.
You didn't run the same chapter as Matt, though.
No, I didn't. So, for context of anyone who haven't played the game, Celeste consists, or at least Celeste consists of 9 chapters. Chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and chapter 9. In the base game, before the DLC in 2020, chapters 1 to 8 had the base chapters. We had B-sides, which were harder variants, and C-sides, which are even harder variants. Chapter 9 is added on top of that 2 years after the game's release and is considered harder than everything in the previous game. With this in mind, we are about to see someone finish that chapter in an hour on Donkey Kong, on Donkey Kong Bongos. Donkey Kongs. If he's lucky, he says.
Did we end up with a Bongos can? Okay. So we've just been informed that we will be able to see Matt using the bongos as he plays the game, which is, of course, crucial to the immersion.
But yeah, okay, so a little bit of context on the bongo drums. There are only 5 inputs. Well, 6.
Technically
if you-
6.
Yeah, 6, but mostly 5. We'll see the 6th one very infrequently.
Yep.
So, yeah, it might be, I'm sure Matt will explain again, but there are only 4 buttons on the top of the bongos. So you have the left bongo, has 1 button at the front and 1 button at the back. The right bongo, same 1 front button at the front, 1 button at the back. There's also 1 button on the bridge of the bongos between them. And that's, you can imagine if you have 1 hand on the left bongo and 1 hand on the right bongo, how on earth are you going to press the button in the middle? And I'm sure Matt will talk you through how we're going to figure out that problem. And then there's the last input, which is very temperamental, and so we won't be using it for anything other than pausing. But that input is to clap. In the game that the bongos were made for, clapping is one of the normal moves in the game. It's a rhythm game that involves you hitting the bongos and clapping and all sorts of other musical bongo-related actions. It's good fun. We played it. You'll hear a bit more about that later. But
I mean, as far as we know, there isn't an actual game that uses more than the 2.
yeah,
buttons
you're right.
On the drum.
It's maybe a sort of a backup button. The fact that there's only, like, you only either hit the left button or you hit the right button in a normal game. But when you break it down, there's actually 2 buttons on each side, and Matt's going to be making important use of that. So we're lucky that they are there, because otherwise I don't think this run would be possible on 3 buttons. It's barely possible on 5.
No, imagine different levels of clapping corresponded to jumping and dashing.
That would be ridiculous.
The mapping just to make this possible was a long work in progress. It took
It
multiple
did
days to
took
come with a
several
good
iterations.
solution.
Yeah.
This is going to be a record unlike any other.
It will be a world record live on stream, because no one's ever done this.
Yeah.
As far as we know.
Yeah, as far
If
as we
you've done
know.
it, please tell us.
Let us know in the comments below if you've done this before.
Maybe you know a better way to use the bongos than we do.
All right. So everyone in the chat, Chapter 9 is known for its amazing, amazing soundtrack. So as we go through this, we have a bit of technical difficulties when it comes to the music and audio. Please open up a playlist of Chapter 9 music so that you can play it alongside the run. It is genuinely, utterly beautiful.
If you want the full experience, play the game yourself, I guess.
Yep. If you want the full experience, play the game yourself.
Can't recommend it enough.
You can suffer along with the rest of us. It is the best way to spend an entire weekend suffering. I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure the difficulty of the chapter will come through as we start playing it.
It's really quite incredible that Matt can do it in 1 hour using the bongos when the majority of people will take like 6 to 8 hours to beat the whole chapter for the first
6 to 8.
time.
6 to 8.
How long did you take?
It took me
Okay,
6
wait.
hours.
Do you mean on like replays?
No,
or-
your first go.
My first go was 14.
14! Oh,
are you on about?
no. Did you do it before finishing the rest of the game?
Okay, so I didn't complete any of the seasides. I still haven't.
Okay.
That might be why. Because it's like I just finished 7B, like on the bare edges of what I'm able to do, and then I went chapter 9.
Chapter 9.
Let's go.
Yeah, perhaps if you force it early, it's probably harder. But
Yeah.
Matt can do it in an hour on the bongos. It's crazy.
As a speedrunner of Celeste, I don't think I can currently do it in under an hour.
I don't think I could do it
practice
in under an hour. Will's got probably the most practice of anyone.
Yeah, I try to. I've been trying to do the chapter deathless for a while, and I can do it in like half an hour. So the fact that it only takes Matt double the length of time on the Donkey Kong bongos is.
It's just
Crazy.
unbelievable. Yeah, it's really, really crazy.
I watch him play, and it's almost comparable to me playing normally.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
We should have Matt on stream any minute. We're just having some minor sound problems.
That's fine. That's fine. We can enjoy some food on
The
stream.
bongos run is perhaps the best run to be eating during.
Because unlike every other sort of every other run, there is a very high chance he's going to be stuck in certain rooms.
You should have ordered some bananas.
That'd be very on brand.
Is it? No, that's not a leader. Oh yeah, if you want to refill water, it's like the kitchen downstairs next to the bathroom.
Iko, would you like an interview about your upcoming run? Yes.
Yeah, we're definitely live.
Trying to steal Script's mic.
Hello.
So-
Can you please tell us your name and what game you run?
So my name's Iko, or Eco. It's literally, I've heard of all of them at this point. I'll be running Mario Kart. I already ran
Mario Kart
Sorry.
yesterday, maybe.
Mario Teaches Typing. Why is
Mario
the
Teaches Typing.
coming up next? That's not true.
Yeah, the up next has been
Oh, no.
hit and miss today.
So yeah, I'll be speedrunning Mario Teaches Typing, the typed 3000 category, which was completely made up. Some other guy did it on YouTube, so I'm just taking the world record today.
Today, you're going to set a brand new
Saying-
world
I'm saying
record
world
today.
record yeah.
100%?
Live on stream. Yeah.
Live on stream. Well, 2 world records in a row you'll get to see.
You heard it here, folks.
But yeah.
Are you excited for your run?
You know what? I was more excited about the Mario Kart one, I think.
What does it involve to teach typing from Mario? Is he going to teach you how to type?
Well, the thing is, I haven't actually played the other levels. I'm playing the specific level called the castle level or whatever, where it gives you like a long prompts of sentences or whatever.
Okay.
But then the other levels are like type FFJJ, FFJJ. KK,
Right, okay, so it's a
AA,
proper
like kind of
formal
thing.
typing
Yeah.
sound.
But I guess mine is like the final level, even though it's the middle level. I don't know why. I don't know. It's a really weird game. It's worse. Exactly. I don't understand. I don't know.
So yours is just type as many
It's just
sentences
typing,
and stuff,
pretty
yeah.
much. Yeah.
How fast can you type?
Okay, so this is a controversial question, but it's because like it depends on what platform you use. Because so there's Monkey Type. I'm sure people have heard of Monkey Type.
Yep.
There's Type Racer, 10 Fast Fingers, which is the same as Monkey Type, and then Key Mash and all this sort of stuff. But and like it changes depending on what platform you use. Not because the
Of course.
metric is different, but because what you type is different.
Yeah, like the word choice and like how
Yeah, for
sentences
simpler
work.
words, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah,
quicker.
exactly. But on average, I type about 170 words per minute on Type Racer. Yeah. And my PB on Monkey Type is 212, I think.
Oh my goodness.
Where does that put you in the UK for typing speed?
I think it's tied, I think, between first and second. There's another typist.
You're first.
Yeah, there's one
Wowee.
typist called Adamski. Or Adam Sky, I never know how to say it. He actually came first at the typing tournament I hosted this year.
Ah, yeah.
Last year. Oh, either way.
Well, that'll be returning.
Yes, but obviously, because I'm the one hosting it, I couldn't partake because I know what the quotes are beforehand.
Right,
So I'll probably have
okay.
to like pay someone in the typing
To
community
organise,
to
yeah.
not organise it, just
But to
find the
gather the
quotes.
prompts for
if
you,
they get
yeah.
the quotes, then I can partake because they won't be
Right,
cheating.
right.
So, yeah, maybe maybe you'll be seeing that. It'll be on here, Warwick Esports,
Yo.
Twitch TV. So
Yeah, keep an eye out.
yeah.
Follow us on Twitch to see the typing tournament.
Send your subs our way.
Yeah,
Or
send your subs,
Prime
send your
or whatever,
donations.
yeah.
Tier 3 subs, tier 3 subs.
We're £90 away from our. No, hang on, it's 512, wasn't it?
Oh my goodness.
We are £62 away from our
62?
£512 donation goal for the end of the day.
That number has gone up a lot higher than I first
I mean, it keeps
anticipated.
doubling every time. That seems to be the recurring theme. It started at like £32 and then £64. I
Except
think you
for
can
the 420 goal.
420 goal, which you met earlier. Necessary, I reckon.
Yes.
But 512, I think we can do it before the end of the day. Get your donations in while you still can. Special effect. It's a great cause. Keegan agrees. Hi, Keegan.
Oh yeah, I will say once more for anyone who has some hesitation in giving money for a great cause. Okay, I will repeat for anyone here. If you have a particularly interesting thing you want Keegan to say, donate some money. He's gonna read it.
Keegan reads all donations.
There is
TM.
no 10
There
quid
are
minimum.
no terms and conditions to what Keegan will read. If you can read it on Twitch, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Surprise cameo from Walden. Should we interview Walden? I don't think we have much choice, really. I think Walden's just come to watch.
I mean, it's a very good reason to come and watch this in person.
Yeah, this is the run you want to come and watch in person. I'm sure if you left now, you could make it in time for the run. It does seem to be, we seem to be getting there, though. Matt seems to have been learning on the spot how to work the software
Damn.
because our tech guy has gone home after a well-deserved rest.
If only tech guys didn't need sleep.
The world would be a better place. Warden, would you like an interview? The Warwick's awesome speedruns and demos, I reckon. So, which run have you enjoyed most so far, Walden?
The yet to happen Celeste Bongo run.
Is that what you're here for?
Walden's enjoying it in advance, everyone.
That's the
This
only
run's
reason
going to
I'm
be
here.
something special. The only reason you came today, didn't even
Yeah.
come to see my run, did you?
I did watch some of it online,
Watched it online.
but I was very busy playing Minecraft.
I think that's a worthy
With
excuse
machine logic
to
and
not catch
simulate
the run.
directly
It's
in
not
your
coming
brain.
from you.
Walden neglected to take part in my Minecraft exam. I dread to think why.
I did get like two questions through, and then I was like, nope, not doing this anymore.
It's too
This is too
hard.
long.
Send a DM my way if you want to take part in a Minecraft exam. It's really hard.
Wait, I'm sorry.
It's
Wait,
really,
wait.
really
I thought it was a
hard.
bit. Wait, what's going on here? A Minecraft exam.
So a month ago or so, I wrote a Minecraft exam on some really obscure knowledge and sent it out to some of my favourite Minecrafters, including Walden here, and he failed. Just to put it bluntly. So if you think you've got what it takes, send a message my way. Java on Discord, you'll find me. Esports server probably.
If you are so, if I search the code MC420 on Warwick, then I'll be able to find the module notes.
Maybe. I think MC101 was the module code in the end.
All right.
Because then we did the extra credit as well, and that was maybe 102. Extra credit was even harder.
Scared to know what the third and fourth year modules would be like.
Maybe they were yet to be written. You ever speedrun anything, Walden?
I did actually. I know how to speedrun vaguely about the first world of Cuphead. Well, not as good as the guys who did it yesterday.
The guys who did it yesterday were quite good
They
at the
were
game.
quite good. No, nothing about speedrunning, but I do love Cuphead. Very good game.
It's a very, very good game. Check out Cuphead if you haven't already. And watch the VOD for the Cuphead run if you didn't see it yesterday. It's looking like we're going to have to do the next run without any sound in the game. Unfortunately, we'll miss the beautiful farewell music, but
We can try and hum along to it.
we will do our best
Yeah,
rendition of
we've
some
all
of
played
the
enough
more
Celeste to know what the
impressive
sound
songs.
effects are like, so you can just make them with our
I
mouths.
feel like Will knows them like the back of his hand at this point.
Unfortunately.
So we'll try and get the game sound back in during the run, but we'll start off without any sound. I don't think you'll need it to understand what's going on. You saw the Celeste yesterday if you stopped by for that. It's just a platformer. There's not really any big sound cues that are important.
I'm
so I
Matt,
think
or
we'll manage.
Robert, or the Bing Bang Bongo Man, and I'm going to be playing Celeste on the bongos. Let's go! So, are you going to... Does that show the bongos? Oh,
Oh yeah, that shows
cute.
that shows great. Yeah,
Perfect.
that's fine.
There
That's
we
good
go.
enough.
So, we're going to be doing Farewell, Chapter 9. It's an easy chapter. Don't listen to any of the haters. Golden on it is the easiest thing in the world. I'll tell you when I get that, though. And let's get started. So, bongos. Best invention ever made. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. They do everything. You want to play Celeste? Sorted. You want to type on a keyboard? Sorted. It's great. But the one problem with bongos is they only have 6 technically inputs, but mainly 5. So it makes it a bit awkward for Celeste, which has like 7 buttons to use. So taken a few liberations to make it work. So the input scheme that you're currently hopefully able to see me doing is I have left, right, up, down on the bongos, because even though there's 2 bongos, there's actually 2 buttons on each bongo. Why they did that? Who knows? It's one of life's longest mysteries, and I don't think we'll ever get the answer. On top of that, we've got combination buttons. So left and right together is a jump, and all 4 buttons is dash. You're probably wondering why I'm sat in such a stupid position, and that's because of the 5th button on the bongo. The 5th button on the bongo is a button on the side, which I need to use in conjunction with the buttons on the top. What am I doing? So I'm using what we have called footstrap for it. I can't focus apparently. To press that, trying to do too many things at once now. Hold on. This is the first hard room. If anyone's ever played Celeste, they'll tell you this is the first hard room. That is one thing worth saying. Disclaimer, I am not a Celeste speedrunner. So if you want to watch what someone actually good at speedrunning Celeste is like, watch the race that happened yesterday, because then you'll get some actually cool stuff happening, not just some guy on the bongos playing Celeste.
Nice.
There was a clap feature, but that doesn't seem to be working. I don't know how I did that. I have
really
made a small change so that I can still play the entire game on the bongos without any other inputs. What am I doing? So this whole run is done exclusively on the bongos, just for... How did I do that? Just for fun. So, yeah. We're gonna get to the more interesting parts shortly, once I get past the screen that shouldn't be this difficult.
These screens are hard enough to do on keyboard or on controller, but Matt's playing them here with just 5 buttons, and to jump, he has to press left and right at the same time. To dash, he has to press all 4 of them at the same time. And to have the coordination and the muscle memory to understand how to do that so quickly on the fly and do some of these inputs is crazy.
You can ask anyone who's come here in person and tried to use the bongos. They have no idea what they're doing.
It's so unintuitive.
That's wrong. It's the most intuitive input scheme ever created.
It's the most intuitive input scheme ever created, guys.
I, as a Celeste runner, am at awe at just how effortless everything seems to be going.
There will be a lot of deaths because we'll get into some details as to how the bongos lack in places and some workarounds that we've had to make to be able to complete some of these screens at all. But hopefully we'll have so few deaths that we'll get under the hour. That's the big goal. But
as Adam said, one of the quirks of the bongos... Whoops. I'm actually playing on inverted grab, which you may not have even known existed. I know I didn't before I played on the bongos, so that means I'm grabbing by default. I have to press the button to let go, such. That button to release is the button on my foot, which means as we get to jellyfish section, I have to coordinate the inputs with my hand and my big toe just to get it going.
And to anyone at home who wants to just do this on their own, they will discover very soonly that this software doesn't exist. Matt had to write this. He had to design the layout and actually make it all work by himself.
To be fair, I did nick code from the guy who made the keyboard on the DK bongos. I just yoinked his code and edited it so that I could do what I wanted to do, which is basically an arbitrary input system that maps the bongos to, and combinations of the bongos to keyboard inputs. So if you do want the code, just be good at programming and nick it from him, I guess. Smile.
The first speedrun category where you need to write the code yourself.
I'm sure I can release it on GitHub or something.
It's much more complicated than just left and right jumps, because in Celeste you need to be able to jump to the right or jump to the left. You can't just jump straight up. So the program remembers what you were holding before you press the other button. So if you hold right for, I think it's just over 15 milliseconds. 50 milliseconds. If you hold the right button, for example, and then hit the left button, you'll jump to the right. And similarly, if you hold the left button and then jump to the right, you'll jump to the left. And the same with dashing. This means that dashing in cardinal directions is way harder than dashing diagonally, just as an artifact of how pressing the button works.
So I have a 50 millisecond cutoff to do it. If I'm slightly longer than 50 milliseconds, I will do a diagonal dash by accident.
You'll see in places like this screen right here, the upwards dashes are completely crucial. So
You may have saw a accidental pause there because so the original design, the original intention was when he clapped his hands, it would pause the game as part of skipping cutscenes. However, since the clap is refusing to cooperate, pressing all 6 buttons, so pressing all 5 buttons will work. Oh.
Yeah, Matt's going for a very intricate skip here. I think he's going to have a few more attempts at it.
Oh, of course I'm going to have a few more attempts.
He's going to have a few more attempts at it.
Okay, so
This skip saves 30 seconds a minute.
If you've ever tried to do this on your own, you might notice that Matt's doing it slightly different to how you've seen. Normally to do what's called a jellyvator, you would hold down and then let go of the jellyfish and then dash upwards. But since that is not very bongo friendly,
Second try!
Second try.
Incredible.
first try!
Since
Second
that's not
try.
very bongo friendly, Matt does a slightly different strat where he throws the jelly onto the left wall, which is much tighter. If you do it on a normal control scheme, it's definitely harder, but it's just turns out to be easier in the bongo case.
An accidental clap there, or lack thereof, but
It's because I changed it from the clap to all the buttons. So
I see.
I try and let go, dash, and then grab it again. I'm not careful. If I'm still holding let go, I will accidentally pause the game. Which is not what I want to do. Oops.
And, getting that skip,
I really wasn't expecting to get that second try, I'm not going to lie.
that's really incredible. I don't think he'd executed it at all before yesterday, so second try is really quite something.
Oh my god.
Keep it interesting.
Yeah, keep it interesting, keep it interesting.
That was reminiscent of my golden runs.
This screen's particularly hard.
For any casual viewer who has played Chapter 9 on their own, will probably be getting a lot of PTSD in these rooms.
No sweat for Matt though.
Yeah, exactly. First try in that room.
He's just simply built different.
So yeah, this section you have to collect 5 keys, and each of these 5 keys are locked behind small tutorials that teach you how the jelly, which is a unique thing that you can find in Chapter 9, works.
And of course, as you can see, it works a bit like a parachute. He can use it to glide and cover more distance with each jump, but then he can also dash into it, which we'll have to do here, to gain some more height and continue his glide for longer, and that's completely crucial in most of these rooms. The other things you can do with the jelly is, as Will mentioned, the jellyvator, where you drop the jelly and then dash straight upwards and catch it again. You can use that to get some extra height and do perhaps a bit of a cheaty strat on each room, but on the bongos, that strat might be the only way of beating the room at all. And as Matt goes up in this red bubble, the best music cue in all of Celeste plays, but you can't hear it. It goes like, so like
There's a piano and everything as well. I forgot how that goes.
It's a really good song. Check out Joy of Remembrance
I
from the
believe
Celeste soundtrack.
Matt is going to try to keep the jellyfish through to the screen after this one to do a slightly easier strat onto the next room, which he'll get one chance at. But if he doesn't, he'll have to do the room in a bit of a harder method.
What a Celeste thing to be, you know? If you do a first try, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, the room after this one is incredibly difficult with or without the jelly. Hopefully we'll be able to get the jelly through to the next room, but
Surprised me to actually get to the next room.
well, of course, yeah, we do have to get to the next room, but I mean, we'll get there eventually.
Okay,
Nice.
successfully took the jelly
Nice.
through.
That
And
makes
he gets
this room.
one shot at this.
Yeah, if he dies here, he won't have the jelly. So, first try,
No pressure,
easy
no
every
pressure.
time.
Oh, I've done that wrong, haven't I?
Unlucky.
Oh.
It's fine, we now get the horrible route
Yeah.
that I have to do on the bongos with 3 neutral jumps. So this is horrible because, as I said earlier, the
Neutral jumps require a lot of big toe action.
a lot of big toe action.
So
I
a
have
neutral
to-
jump is where you're adjacent to the wall so that you're considered to be hugging the wall, but you're not actually pushing any direction. It's like normally you'd be pushing, say, left if you're trying to grab a wall from the left. But if you don't hold any buttons and jump away from the wall, you get a slightly nicer jump. And that becomes crucial on the bongos where if you try and jump to the left and then move to the right,
Oh my god, you hit that?
he's finished the room already.
Oh my god,
I was
okay.
expecting to be talking a lot longer there. Nailing that room, that can give you some trouble.
Yes, anything that requires the big toe or any direction-changing jump is excruciatingly painful. In the base game anyways. On the bongos, they're very painful.
Yeah, the
Oh.
jumps where you have to change direction are basically impossible on the bongos because this is kind of the biggest limitation they have is because you're holding left and right to jump. If you then want to move to one of those directions, say you're jumping to the left, you then have to let go of left to be holding right to move right. But then you've let go of your jump because you're not holding left and right, so you lose some of the power from the jump. So you can't jump as high and change direction, which means some of these jumps are not at all possible, which is just crazy that it's even possible to finish this chapter with that in
Oh.
mind.
Hopefully Matt can get through the next 5 or 6 screens pretty quickly, because after that he won't have to worry about the jelly for quite a bit, and so it gives him a much needed rest on his toe.
Toe needs it.
Yes, the reason there being that to let go of the jelly, Matt has to let go of his grab, and because he has grab always on, he needs to use his foot to let go of the grab to let go of the jelly.
I meant to screw up
Once
some.
the jellies become less prominent, he won't have to do that as often.
Try again.
Yeah. His leg's probably getting sore and sore with the position he has to sit in to keep this in place.
This isn't even meant to be a hard room.
I don't know, this room was very hard casually.
I mean, yeah, but at this point, I'm meant to be alright at it.
Let's not say anything about any rooms, because anything can happen.
Yeah.
Realistically, with the bongos, anything can happen. Hopefully, won't spend too long stuck anywhere, though.
This is to do with that cardinal, the up, down, left, right. Is that cardinal? Or
Yeah, that is
one
cool.
of it. Being slightly harder. There we go. So I kept
Nice.
accidentally doing diagonal dashes. When I didn't.
So these blocks on the screen here, this is kind of a reinvention of the traffic light block from Chapter 1 that we saw yesterday, where you stand on it and wait for the light to go green, and it flings you across. You see a lot of returning blocks, like this one from Chapter 5 is a returning block. I think you get a bit of something from every chapter. This Chapter 9 being kind of a celebration of everything that the game had.
You can also see from the background just how beautiful everything looks.
Yeah, it's so well put together, Chapter 9. It's kind of a special experience the first time you play it. The story is also quite moving. It's about Madeline getting over the loss of someone she was very fond of. Maybe we'll see a bit of the cutscenes towards the end. I don't know. But obviously we're going to be skipping them where possible because they take a long time. This is a speed run, guys. Nailing that screen.
Let's just
Oh my
appreciate
God,
how
first
flawlessly
try?
the last few rooms have gone.
Yeah, that screen is so hard, and Matt is just absolutely nailing all of them.
Oh! Thank God.
Oh my
my goodness. Oh,
Oh, that was scary. Accidental pause there.
Time to rest the
Yeah,
foot.
can rest the
Time to
leg
rest.
now. Very nice.
Okay, can I do it?
He's going for it.
Nope.
nope.
That is incredibly difficult.
There is a skip that a lot of people attempt in this section called gate skip. You see on the screen the gate requires 15 hearts to skip. Hearts are things that you can collect. There is one for each chapter, A side, B side, and C side. They're a combination of difficult tricks and or Easter egg styles to collect. What am I watching?
So
Matt doesn't like wall bounces, which is where you dash upwards and then sort of fling yourself off the wall to go really high. Very hard to do on the bongos, so he will avoid them wherever he can. So he has to do that sort of harder strat on that last room, which he normally doesn't do at first try. I'll say that.
Just
am I
made it.
looking at?
Just incredible stuff here.
This is a great sub-chapter so far.
Really, really strong. I think we're on pace for a world record.
What is the Celeste with DK Bongos world record?
It's whatever Matt wants it to be.
What was my time when I submitted it for this? It was like an hour and something. So
Yeah.
whatever that
You've
was.
definitely done it sub-hour. Barely, though. Maybe this will be the run that
Oh wait, no, I
breaks
need my
the-
foot for this one, actually.
This room is an example of where you can't hold right quickly after jumping left. Matt has to do this strat where he sneaks to the right of the spikes instead of going over and to the left, which is obviously much easier normally. But on the bongos, he has to go sneak to the right there. He did initially do this room slightly differently, but we found a much easier strategy there.
Pulling off the
To
neutral
anyone who's
jump.
played Chapter 9 and didn't know you can do that,
Welcome to the
there
club.
goes around 40 minutes of your life.
This room can be quite difficult casually because you have to manage those little red wiggles on top of the Kevin block. Because just like Matt hit just too many of them there and makes the final part very difficult.
This block is also called a hairy Kevin.
Hmm.
He goes from being slightly freckly to having a full afro by the end. If you messed up, that is.
Very quick
Oh,
through
wave
that one.
dash room.
Very impressive.
Here's one of the few mandatory wave dash rooms. Another piece of tech that is not very bongo friendly.
Yeah, so the wave dashes are taught you in Chapter 9. Matt kind of quickly skipped past the tutorial. That was where those screens were showing a bit of execution. We're just barely getting under the spikes there, giving Madeline a haircut.
Very reliable strat that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it should work, but it
This
just
screen
about
is
does.
just kind of unbelievable to watch on the bongos. It blows me away.
And this is another one where Matt's forced to do an up kick, which are just really, really tough on the bongos.
So the problem with it is not that the up kick is tough, it's that I need to hold a direction after the up kick, which requires me to do something wonky with the jump, which is why it's so awkward.
No sweat at all. Very impressive.
Oh, this room. This room is one of the many hellish rooms in a casual playthrough.
Oh,
Unlucky there.
I was about to eat my own words. Oh my god.
oh, almost.
Yeah, some of these rooms we can definitely expect a few deaths. Like this one in
Oh, I
particular.
made it
is
skip.
very-
Oh my
he skips
goodness.
it.
Lucky
Wow,
skip.
wow. So this is free forced wave dashes, and wave dashes are very tough on the bongos. Matt tries to avoid them wherever possible by doing a different bit of tech called an extended hyper. But this room in particular forces you to do 3 of them in a row. So we may be here a second. But so far, every time we've said that, Matt's done it first try. There it is.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, who?
Oh.
How'd I land there?
Nice. Yeah, alright. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, fan favorite dream blocks return quite a lot in Chapter 9. These are black blocks that you can dash through, and they give you your dash back, and you can jump out of them, and they're just really fun. Yeah, they make a return quite a lot in Chapter 9. It's good to see. This room in particular is really difficult to understand what the game expects you to do. I think there's quite a few different ways you can end up doing it, but Matt has probably a unique strategy that makes it easy as possible on the bongos. Nails it.
Oh, it's the fun one.
Here's Comb Room. Objectively one of the hardest screens in the game. You have to pre-time your wall bounce with the moving block. It's ridiculously hard.
Slightly too late.
Close one there. Yeah, the screen is the bane of every farewell player's existence.
If you just go on YouTube, you'll probably see compilations of people with literally hundreds of deaths in this single room.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Right,
god.
unironically,
This is
hard
great.
room,
It's
hard room,
so
hard
good.
room.
Oh, and this room
This room's surprisingly hard on the bongos compared to usual.
doesn't like doing it as you would expect to do it.
The downwards dash makes it harder on the bongos.
Yeah, the game
So-
expects you to dash diagonally underneath the cloud, but that's a bit tricky
Okay.
on the bongos, so Matt just walks under.
We get to see some feather action in this room.
Yeah, the feathers are much easier to control on controller because you have like complete every directional movement, whereas on the bongos you only have 8 directions.
It's the same as keyboard.
Same as keyboard, yeah. Just another limitation of the bongos, I guess. Yeah, Matt's absolutely mastered the feather movement on bongos.
I would not
as
say
with-
that.
Well, you have to hold downwards to fall fast enough to catch the block. Very fun room. And
I hope this run inspires people to go out there and buy their nearest DK bongos that they can find and try and just map it to whatever game they think is just barely possible.
yeah, if your speed game doesn't take many buttons, you too could be playing it on the bongos. We never intended to do this. We went to our local CEX and we're looking for games, and we saw a copy of Donkey Konga, the original DK bongo game, and we saw that it came with the bongos included, and we just could not believe it. We could not resist. We went straight to the till and said, "Can we get the copy with the bongos?" And the look on they were delighted to know that they were finally
overjoyed.
selling it. And so we bought a copy of Donkey Konga, and we on the way home we were thinking which games we could use the DK bongos for. Hollow Knight was mentioned, but we've decided that had too many buttons, and then it settled on Celeste, which we all hugely enjoy. So, and it doesn't have that many buttons, so it was the perfect candidate. We worked out a first control scheme on the spot as we were walking home, and as soon as we got home, we bought a GameCube adapter to be able to plug it into the PC, and then
The rest is history.
the rest is history.
Thank goodness you can just plug it in and it works.
Yeah, it's really, really quite. I think it uses X input.
Now, you see, in order to maintain the world record for Celeste Donkey Kong bongos, you need to find every other pair of Donkey Kong bongos and burn them.
Yeah, there can't be that many, right?
Yeah, at this point, there's like it's either lying around in someone's house that like for years, or a
my
speedrunner
God.
has it.
Now, people have beaten quite a lot of games on the Donkey Kong bongos. It's a bit of a trend on YouTube to see which games you can beat, but those people all use 2 sets of bongos or more. Imagine that. You just might as well use a controller at that point, right? Well, all of my homies only use 1 set of bongos.
All of my homies only use one. Whoa! How did I jump? Only use one.
So,
It's more cost effective.
True.
I'm pretty sure people have beaten more games on the DK bongos than were actually, like, more games that weren't supposed to be beaten on the DK bongos than games that actually released that use the DK bongos.
I
There
think
was-
more people have beaten games with the DK bongos than games that were released on the Ouya.
Maybe. Maybe.
Oh, it's just
So this room becomes a lot easier if you super into it, which is what Matt's trying to do here. It's
hyper.
hyper, sorry, my bad. Bit difficult on the bongos, but you go straight through the starfish if you get it right, and it is very tough otherwise. There we go. Perfect. I'm just nailing this very difficult room.
Ooh.
I'm starting to notice a theme here. They all seem to be very difficult rooms.
What? What do you mean?
This is Celeste's hardest
Yes,
chapter.
I think I have like 10,000 deaths.
Yeah, the games that actually support the bongos natively, or sorry, distracted. The games that support the bongos natively: Donkey Konga, the one that we bought, Donkey Konga 2. Get this, Donkey Konga 3. They made 2 sequels for Donkey Konga. It was so successful. And then they also released a platformer that you use the bongos to control. Kind of akin to what we're seeing here, but much simpler, I imagine. It's not as hard as Celeste. But yeah, that's Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. And there's also a racer that uses the bongos. Actually quite fun. You like hit the left bongo, it gives you a boost on your left engine. Hit the right bongo, gives you a boost on your right engine. Can't remember the name of that game. Do you remember?
Imagine having a consistent strategy.
The improvisation
Could not
on
be
that,
me.
on that room was great. Matt does not have a consistent strat on that room, but the improvisation just, it's fine. This screen is probably one of the hardest in the chapter, coming up here.
Yeah.
Some people dub it wind springs.
Matt does it in a very unusual way where he dashes up and to the right and just barely catches the springs.
Could really see with that. But
We're almost out
It's
of
just incredible, man.
we're almost out of the determination subchapter, which is probably where the chapter gets a little easier. By no means easy, but we're almost out of the woods here.
So yeah, the chapter's named after, not quite named after, but based on the 5 stages of grief, where Madeline's grieving the loss of her loved one, and yeah, we're speedrunning the stages of grief here.
Me when we have to set up the next run.
The best cure to grief just clearly is bongos.
Also, just like to remind everyone that this is a charity this is a charity live stream for special effects, Watch 2022. And if you want to donate, you can head to Warwick speed.run/donate, or click on the link, the expertly drawn graphic design-wise link in the description. Thank you.
this is another one of those awkward upkicks again where I need to maintain a direction after I do it. So, always a lot of fun. Oh, so close. Oh, missed it. So yeah, the real question is, what game do I try and do on the bongos next time?
Yeah.
Need to start
Put your
thinking now,
suggestions in
really.
Twitch chat. Which
Ooh.
run should Matt do next?
It appears we've just had a donation.
Oh, no way.
Thank you very much from Harry Talks by donating £10 and saying, having just beaten farewell with a ridiculous number of deaths, this looks like insanity. Thanks for raising money for a great cause. Thank you very much. We're currently on £460.69
Nice.
and almost at our goal of £512.
Oh, okay. Keep messing this one up. Hold on. Oh, hands are getting a little tired. I knew there would be one room that I just get stuck on for no reason. I didn't think it would be this one.
There's always one.
Just that second upkick. It's so...
Yeah, the controls of the bongos really make some of this just extra precise if it wasn't enough already. The lack of precision in the Donkey Kong Bongo buttons. Just
It
making this-
appears we
There
have
we go.
another £10, this time anonymous donation, saying, "This is a genuinely amazing event. I'm glad I could help a charity. Question, are you able to Celeste at these?" I am. Do I have to ask, what does it mean to Celeste at these?
Oh.
I have to ask.
Unfortunately, no. I'm not answering that. It just sounds funny.
This room is particularly tough. I know I've said that a lot, but
I feel like you spoiled the punchline, to be honest. I feel like I was going to get another donation just saying Celeste these nuts.
This
Thank
run
you
is
very much
going
for the 10
very
pounds.
well compared to practice runs that we have seen in the last few days.
yeah, it's
Only really getting stuck on a single room.
not to jinx anything, but yeah, this run is
It's gonna be
it's
jinxed
really,
now.
really quite good.
Why did I do that? It's not for time yet. Not for time yet. Oh, wait. There we go.
No, we've still probably got another 5 minutes until Foot comes back. Very chill sub-chapter here with the beat blocks.
For what it's worth, we are aware that there is no game sound coming through. This is because our tech person has, well, let's just say that they're asleep. They were very ill this morning, and so the
Doing
stream is now
this.
being left to
How am I
people who are
messing up?
technically incompetent and cannot get the game audio through, like me.
Right. I don't know what I'm doing.
This isn't one of the rooms I expected to
This
be
is not
stuck
the
on,
room
Matt.
I expected to die more than once on.
We made it.
It's fine. We're just getting rid of the jitters, you know?
If you're going to die, it might as well be on that room.
Yeah, exactly.
When I actually got to this room in Farewell, I thought I was at the end of the game. I thought that was it, because I was like, oh, beat blocks always at the end. So this must be like the last
You've come so far at this point.
But no, there's still more.
Yeah, it does make you wonder if this chapter is designed to just exhaust the player. It goes on for so long, and to beat it in one sitting at all is an achievement.
In one setting, it you'd have to dedicate an entire, like, you just start in the morning, you'd be done by maybe midnight in your first attempt.
Yeah, once you have a strategy for these rooms, it's not so bad. Like this one as well. Matt has a
Oh, I
strategy for it that he's failing to execute, but once he gets it down, it makes the room a lot more consistent than trying to freestyle it.
How did I make it? How did I survive down there? Just trying to get through it fast when I really shouldn't be. I forgot to jump. Another room I wasn't expecting to die so many times on. There we go. Sorry, it's-
So the different hair colors. Somebody asked that question. What do they mean? Well, the pink one means that you have 2 jumps. The red one means that you have 1 jump.
2
and-
dashes. so-
Dashes,
Two dashes,
yeah,
sorry,
yeah, yeah.
not jumps. Jeez, that was dumb. Yeah, so that's the number of dashes that you have. So pink is 2, red is 1, and light blue is 0.
Just after chapter 6, you unlock the ability to dash twice. But the other half of you, who usually helps you out, is refusing to help you as you try your best to grapple with the loss of your loved one. You're very much in denial, and the other part of you is refusing to buy into your denial. So she does not help you out, and you only get the 1 dash by default, but you can pick up the pink crystals throughout that give you a 2nd dash, and they turn Madeline's hair pink. But yeah, usually it's red. When she's used the dash, it's blue, and you gain it back by landing on the ground or bouncing off certain things. You see the jelly's returned, so the foot has returned for foot strat.
We love foot strat. Made sure to wear special socks just for the stream.
Gotta love the programming socks.
The programming socks, of course. Every good computer scientist has them.
This is correct.
Ooh.
There's like
I
this last section is very long. There's like 15 to 20 more screens till the end. I often forget that this is a bongo run with the level of gameplay.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah, I
Matt could
genuinely do
easily
forget
be on
this is a
mouse and
bongo run.
keyboard and be playing at this level, but no, he's on bongos.
Once again, I am not a speedrunner though. This is just too many attempts at the golden berry on this, as me and Will can probably vouch for.
Oh, you actually attempted golden.
Oh, many attempts. Will has gotten very close to doing it.
That does seem.
Ah, the one to make it
When we say 4 screens, does that include the special screen?
We'll get to the one.
Dumb. I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be like that. Would be if it was that. If it was just someone playing with a mouse and keyboard, there's a random camera pointing, then the movements would not sync up with the bongo taps. But in this case, they do. You can verify that yourself.
Ah,
Of course, the golden berries that will briefly be talked about are awarded for beating the whole chapter without dying
If
once.
you want, you can actually, after the run, explain to us how the show us how how it's configured.
sorry.
If you want, after the run, you could actually show us how it's configured.
Sure.
The bongos.
Getting the golden strawberry on this chapter is considered a much higher feat than anything else in the standard game. That there's a web page with a list of people who have done it.
That's for beating every part of this chapter. Everything you've seen Matt do without dying a single time. It's just...
Oh, I accidentally paused it.
Is that the first accidental pause?
No, I've done it a few times. Recovered? It is definitely me on the bongos. You can tell by the random pauses at this point. I keep doing it now. If the clamp feature worked, this wouldn't have been a problem. But I don't know why it doesn't work. Works on my machine. That's what I say.
All of the buttons to pause. That's quite something.
Yeah, it does make using the jellyfish really awkward. So. Hey ho. You make do.
Bit of an unorthodox strat for this room. Makes it a bit easier.
Oh, wait, What am I doing? It's fine, I just wanted to see this room again. One more time.
It is a pretty cool room.
Exactly. Look at all the moving parts. Oh, I dashed.
Remembering to hit the block on the way down. That's a easy mistake to make.
Everyone loves this room. Am I right, guys?
Yeah, this room's really difficult to understand when you play it for the first time because you have to sync up these two moving blocks.
It is worse than an auto-scroller. It is an auto-scroller that you have to guide along yourself.
You control the scroll. It's really, really tough. Matt makes it look easy.
I'm still at utter awe that any of this is remotely possible.
Yeah, so you're supposed to wave dash on this room, but Matt does the extended hypers just to make it a bit more consistent.
Fun fact, the thing that introduces you to wave dashing, the music, is called wavedash.ppt, so .powerpoint.
Fun fact, it's a real PowerPoint they made.
What?
Yeah, it's a real
Did they
PowerPoint.
actually make it in PowerPoint?
Yeah.
That's great.
They made it in PowerPoint and then copied over like the video you make from PowerPoint into the game.
Matt just first tried the section that Will lost his golden berry attempt at. So,
F
Twice.
Rose Goldenberry.
Oh, so we're nearing the end then, right? If it was like 4 screens from the end.
Yeah, we're nearly there.
Ooh.
This is the third to last room, second to last room, something like that.
Yeah, this is the third to last screen, including the very long one at the end.
yeah, the last screen that Matt will have to play is incredibly long. It's minutes long, I want to say, compared to the other screens being just a few.
It's about a minute 45, I think,
Oh,
to do it
oh.
in one go.
So we'll see if Matt can last through that endurance test. It probably will take a few
Last
tries.
I
wave
feel
dash
like we
room.
should have figured out how many screens we're in advance and then just have done the 3, 2, like the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. That would be a really good idea. Shame we didn't do that.
Oh, I let go of down.
So yeah, this room has 3 forced wave dashes in a row. Very tough.
Someone says, I love the jellyfish machines. Another person... okay, that's not right.
It's-
Incredible pace up to this point, but this is where every death is going to
Here it
count
is.
a lot.
The last screen.
The final screen.
That's the real
Put your
question.
bet in the chat right now.
Yes. For how many? Every time. Donate £1 every time, every death.
Keegan said it, not me.
Just cutting my hair there, don't worry.
You've given Madeline an electric.
So does the timer stop at the
electric
end of the
shave.
screen, or does it stop somewhere else?
It's at the end of the screen, I'm pretty sure. It's
Okay.
when, yeah.
Balance says first line. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll say when we're getting there. I can actually put it down, assuming I don't mess this up. Oh,
This section's very, very precise.
This chapter took me 7 hours to beat, and this screen was 2 hours of it.
sounds about right.
Yeah, this screen is incredibly tough. That in fact, it's programmed that after a certain amount of deaths, your friend will talk to you and tell you that you can do this. 'Cause I think the developers realized just how stuck people would get on this screen.
Blew my mind when that came up.
Rest in peace, jellyfish.
I didn't mean to do that.
Okay, it works. It's fine. Okay, last bit.
It's fine. Wicked, yeah.
Good luck.
There we go.
Let's go.
If you guessed 0 in the chat, you
You now have to donate £0.
there's one
God damn it.
one last input to make. Will Matt mess it up?
Oh,
no!
what a
You're
shame.
joking. Oh no.
Oh, yeah, okay,
Oh, you
okay.
really
Alright,
had to do it like that.
Alright, now, yeah, time.
That's
Okay,
time.
it's done. That was 48, I think 14 actually.
48 minutes.
Oh,
Wow.
I did it in under an hour.
Managed to get the sub hour for script straight to sub 50. That's a new world record.
New world record, no way on the Bongos.
Yeah. By virtue of
That
there
is
being
the
no other Bongo
fastest
runs,
that
but
anyone
yeah,
has ever done that.
That is still absolutely insane.
There we go.
Damn, you really just had to skip that cutscene.
Yeah. Just to see
Absolute
the-
bongo mastery.
That's fine. Yeah,
Oh.
so 48 free IGT. But
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Bongo's best input system. It's just a fact.
that was absolutely
I'd
crazy.
highly recommend getting one of these bad boys. Play
Get
any
yourself a
game you
pair.
can.
You can get them for like £20.
On
everywhere.
eBay or something, yeah.
Yeah, on eBay they're really cool. I saw 2 for £25 the other day.
Yeah, so that is Celeste Farewell on the UK Bongos.
Wow, that was great.
That was incredible. Well done, Matt.
How many deaths? Less than 200. That's not bad.
184 deaths. That is really something.
I was expecting worse.
I think I got well in the thousands when I played this chapter the first time.
Hopefully the lack of audio was not too much of a problem there in terms of the game soundtrack. However, that was a great run.
One of you guys
Thank
should
you
have just
very much.
mimicked. the-
Do you have anything you'd like to say before?
Uh,
we go off?
DK Bongos, the best. Get them. Other than that, no. Thanks for having me.
Thanks very much. All right, take care. You know what? I think I will fade to the cam actually. There you go. You're on screen.
Hello everyone, we're back. Couch again.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. So next up we have Aiko with Mario Teaches Typing. Did have a brief interview before this run. May take us a minute to set it up because, like you say, we don't have a tech guy at the moment. So see how long it takes. But this is a Mario Teaches Typing setup speedrun.